Over to Revati ji.
Namaskaram. Greetings from San Diego, California, which is known as America's finest city, not only for its gorgeous beaches, the ever-pleasant weather, and its location on the West Coast, which is the best coast. It is also one of the most vibrant cities in America for Indian performing arts. My name is Revati Subramanian, and I'm one of the managing trustees of Indian Finance Academy San Diego, which is one of the primary reasons for San Diego being such a vibrant city for performing arts. Since its inception in September 2007 till today, we share Indian music and dance with Indian Americans and North American community at large. Since the academic's founding, we have staged over 225 concerts of Carnatic and Hindustani vocal and instrumental music, Bollywood music, world music, and various dance forms. Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Odissi, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, modern fusion dance, and so on. And also lectures on various topics. We have staged over 1,000 artists from all over the world, including the USA, India, Canada, UK, Singapore, South Africa, Malaysia, and Dubai. Our annual festival is the second largest festival in the world outside of India and is attended by people from all over North America. In addition, we stage an annual youth festival, competitively selecting young talent from all over North America. The Indian Finance Academy is managed by a board of 19 wonderful music lovers, led very effectively by our president and secretary, Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan, under the able guidance of Rasika extraordinaire, Dr. C.M. Venkatachalam. The organization thrives with the help of hundreds of volunteers whose help is greatly acknowledged as well as appreciated. We kicked off a special conversation series in these COVID times that started in summer and it is expected to go through fall. And the first one of this was a conversation with Shri Neyveli Santana Gopalan a couple of weeks ago. Today, we have an extremely accomplished and adored musician amidst us. Padma Shri, Sangita Kalanidhi, Global Music Ambassador from India, Srimati Aruna Sairam, who is hailed as the Queen of Soul. With her very distinctive style of music that draws audiences in the thousands, not only in India, but also in various venues outside of India, in Europe, USA, etc. She has enthralled audiences across the globe for a few decades now. Her incredibly deep voice is a beautiful blend of resonance and range, and it has an unusual timbre that is hauntingly good. Her style, rooted in tradition, continuously evolves and embraces the contemporary. This evening, Arunaji will be presenting various compositions in a multitude of languages, taking us through all of India and also the world, if time permits. The topic she'll be presenting on is Janani, Janma, Bhoomi. So let's get ready for a wonderful yatra across India. I hand it over to the one and only Srimati Aruna Sairam.
Namaskaram to all of you and to the wonderful Rasikas of Indian Fine Arts Academy, San Diego, particularly to you, Revati ji, Narayanan ji, Rekha, and Shekhar ji. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this beautiful evening. I thought I would start with some music and then we will of course be conversing about many things during the course of this presentation. So I want to sing a shloka by Mahakavi Kalidasa from Shamala Navaratna Malika, and that will be followed by Shivakama Sundari, a Tamil Kriti, just an excerpt of it. Because Sanskrit and Tamil are both ancient languages of our country. So I thought it would be appropriate to start with that. By the way, a very, very happy Ganesh Puja to everyone. I start with shloka on Ganeshji's mother, the Janani. Omkara Banjara Shukhi Omkara Banjara Shukhi Upanishad उद्यान केली कलकंठी आगम विपिन मयूरी आगम विपिन मयूरी आगम विपिन मयूरी आर्यम अंतर्विभावये गौरी मयूरी गौरी मयूरी गौरी दयमान दीर्घनयनां देशिकरूपेण दर्शिताभ्युदया वामकुचनिगितवीणां वरदं सङ्गीतमातृकां वन्दे सङ्गीत मातृकां वन्दे वन्दे सा रे ग मा प द नी सा रे ग मा प द नी सा रे ग मा प द नि रतं तं सर्वे गमपद निरतं तं वीणा संक्रान्तकान्तहस्तां तां शान्तं मृदुलस्वन्तं नमामि शिवकान्तं शान्तं मृदुलस्वन्तं कुचभरतं तं नमामि शिवकान्तं नमामि शिवकान्तं ओंकारभञ्जरसुखी उपनिषद उद्यान केली कलकंठीं सरिगम पद निरतां तां वीणा संग्रान्तकान्तहस्तां तं शान्तं मृदुलस्वन्तं कुचभरतं तं नमामि शिवकान्तं नमामि शिवकान्तं नमामि शिवकान्तं नमामि शिवकान्तं शिवकान्तं शिवकाम सुन्दरी शिवकाम सुन्दरी जगदम्बा वन्दरुள் தந்தருள் சிவகாம சுந்தரி கேளாயோ என் முறையை உயர் சாமகீத வினோதினி போதும் உன் சோதனை கேளாயோ என் முறையை உயர் சாமகீத வினோதினி போதும் உன் சோதனை தாளே அகதினானே ராமதாசன் பணியும் அபிராமி वामि शिवकाम सुन्दरी शिवकाम सुन्दरी सुन्दरी.
Beautiful, beautiful, Arunaji. I think in the first few minutes itself, you proved to us why people call you the Queen of Soul. That was so touching. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know that you have had a very unique journey through music. I know that you started a little bit, later in your life, and you also had, some resistance to your style of music, but you have always taken the cue from the Rasikas and your audiences and have evolved this very unique style. You've become a trailblazer, in this style of music. It's inimitable. It's not something that, people can easily do. And can you talk a little bit about, your journey and what inspired you to carve sort of a unique status in the classical music world for yourself?
Thank you for your warm sentiments and appreciation. I think each one of us actually, as many billions of us that exist in this world, are indeed unique, aren't we? We each of us bring with us certain traits, and then we are nurtured in a certain way. And when particularly you are an artist, when you're trying to make something out of yourself, trying to figure out who you are and what you are, you don't really know where you're going. You don't know how good or bad you are. You just try out things and you keep trying to find and search. But I must say that although I was raised in Bombay, there was so much exposure to music, and the music of all kinds. So, I was like, firstly, the concerts, the greats from the Hindustani, Carnatic, and every other genre, like Maduramani Iyer, GNB, Arikudi, Raman Jengar, would come and perform. Likewise, the northern Hindustani musicians. So concert halls were a habit. My parents used to take us there. Also, Bhajana Sampradayam was a very big influencer, because at home we used to have Radha Kalyanam, Sita Kalyanam, every Wednesday bhajane. And that was another genre, because I think there in the Bhajana Sampradaya lies the soul of the concert music that we call now. It comes from there, and also from Harikatha and Katha Kalakshepam. So that. Then as I would step out of the house, I was open to the multilingual culture of Bombay, and the street music of Bombay is incredible. The Ramas and how they perform during Govinda, during Ganesh Chaturthi, during Janmashtami. They have their own style of singing and dancing, and that used to be very attractive to me and my brother. We would run to watch those events on the streets. Then on the trains, on the local trains, if you travel, the porters of Bombay would always come with the dholki and chiplaya and their ektara, and they would be singing. Then suddenly weekend would come, and then my parents would say, oh, we are going to Tata Theatre, and then we would be listening to a concert of Zubin Mehta conducting an orchestra. In school, I enrolled myself for Western music, not for Indian music. And so I had that. Plus, all the time, mind you, I was having proper Carnatic training from my mother, who was a disciple of Alathur brothers. Her name was Rajalakshmi, and my father's name was Sethuraman. So she was training me till my age of 10. And then, the musician of musicians, Srimati Brindamma, she was training me. So it was hardcore training on the one hand, and exposure to every other genre on the other hand, to listen, including film music. So I think that sort of gave me a sense of music which is not Carnatic or Hindustani or this or that, but just good music, or music that moves you or makes you feel very happy. And the Madri. So I think that is what contributes to the uniqueness of this. But I must hasten to say that it was the training that Brindamma gave me. இந்த விளம்ப காலத்துல மூச்சை பிடிச்சிட்டு அழுத்தி அடிவயத்திலேருந்து பாடணும். அப்படி அதை சொல்லி கொடுத்ததுனால I am able to handle all other genres today. That was completely due to her training. And if you go, there is a great trailblazer in MS Amma. MS Amma's music was like that, you know. If you heard her sing, you never even thought about the detail of what she sang. You just remembered the sensation that you went through during that experience. So all these, I think, were great influencers in my life.
Right, right. I mean, it's basically the emotion you feel when you listen to, you know, Srimati MS and you. I mean, it's just wonderful. And you have truly had the influence of all genres of music, and also music from, you know, across all of India. If you just talk about just our bhajana sampradayam, there are so many genres included there, right? If you think about what they actually did to go collect all these different compositions from across India and you know, incorporate that into the sort of the South Indian bhajana tradition, it's really very inspiring. And so I think, you know, I think there's no better person to take us through India, you know, on this journey. So I'm very excited. So where are we going first, Arunaji?
Okay, so right from Tamil Nadu, now since we are on this beautiful, magical, virtual carpet that can take us anywhere that we wish. So I would like to take you to Uttar Pradesh, to Gorakhpur. I'm going to sing you a composition from Sant Gorakhnath on Guruji.
Okay.
In Hindi.
Can't wait.
Guruji, 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 मैं तो एक निरंजन द्याऊ जी, गुरुजी मैं तो एक निरंजन द्याऊ जी, द्याऊ जी, दूजे के संग नाहि जाऊं जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी। दुख ना जानू जी मैं, दर्द न जानू जी मैं, ना कोई बैद बुलाऊ जी, बुलाऊ जी, बुलाऊ जी। सद्गुरु बैद मिले अविनाशी, सद्गुरु बैद मिले अविनाशी, वाही को नाड़ी बताऊ जी, वाही को नाड़ी बताऊ जी, बताऊ जी, दूजे के संग नाहि जाऊ जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी, जाओ जी, गुरुजी, गुरुजी,
Uh-huh. Beautiful, beautiful. And one doesn't have to be an expert in classical music or know anything about music, in order to enjoy this. Just amazing, amazing. Um, I think on a sort of a related topic, right? One of the amazing things about you, I remember several years ago, you only had a Wednesday or Thursday available for us. And you're probably one of the few musicians where we can have a concert on a Wednesday and still expect the auditorium to be completely full. I think that has a lot to do with how well you connect with not just the connoisseurs of classical music, but the last listener, right? The listener who may not know anything at all about music. So I've heard you talk about this. What I would like to request you is, can you talk about a few pieces that have helped you connect with every listener in the audience? I would certainly say, what you just did is one of those, and I'm very eager to hear a few more. So perhaps you can also, take us in the magic carpet to a different region while you're talking about that.
Sure. Yes, as I was singing and developing myself as a singer and as an artist and as a musician, I felt that need, that while the connoisseurs and the pundits should, the music should fulfill the grounding இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த grounding கரெக்டா இருக்கணும் மியூசிக்ல, அதை விடவே கூடாது. பட் அதை வச்சுட்டே can we also reach out to, on the second floor, first floor balcony la உட்கார்ந்திருக்காளே, அவ வந்து ஆசாசியா வரா. அதுவும் I've had lot of experiences where people would come and tell me, அம்மா இன்னைக்கு வந்து எனக்கு சம்பளம் கிடைக்கிற நாள்மா, அதை கூட விட்டுட்டு நான் 10 ரூபாய்க்கு டிக்கெட் வாங்கிட்டு 20, அப்போ அந்த 15 years ago 10-20 ரூபாய்லாம் பால்கனி டிக்கெட் கிடைக்கும், அது வாங்கிட்டு வந்திருக்கேம்மா, நான் பாட்டு கேட்க வரேம்மா, அப்படி இப்படிலாம் வந்து சொல்லுவா. ஸோ ஐ ஃபெல்ட் தட் இவ்வளவு சீரியஸா நம்ம பாடுறத அவ எடுத்துக்கிறான்னா நம்ம வந்து அவளுக்கு ரீச் அவுட் பண்றது ரொம்ப முக்கியம் அப்படின்னு எனக்கு ஐ ஃபெல்ட் இட். ஸோ ஈவன் இப்போ கிளாசிக்கல்லி நீங்க எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா, இப்போ தீக்ஷிதரோடது, இப்போ ஹிரண்மயம் எடுத்துக்கோங்க, ரங்கபுர விஹாரா எடுத்துக்கோங்க, ஏஹி அன்னபூர்ணே எடுத்துக்கோங்க. இஃப் யூ சிங் தீஸ் பீசஸ், அது மியூசிக் பத்தி தெரியவே வேண்டாம், தே வில் ஜஸ்ட் இம்மீடியட்லி மெல்ட், அப்படியே கரைஞ்சு போயிடுவா. அந்த சோ இவ்வளவு பாண்டித்யம் இருக்கிற மியூசிக்குக்கும் இவ்வளவு பவர் இருக்கு டு ரீச் அவுட் அப்படிங்கறத கொஞ்சம் யோஜனை பண்ணா தெரியறது நம்மளுக்கு. அப்புறம் நீங்க ஷமா சாஸ்திரி எடுத்துட்டேன்னா அவரோடதும் தேவி புரோவ சமயம் இதே, அது சிந்தாமணி ராகம் எல்லாம் யாருக்குமே கவலை இல்லை, அந்த பாட்டை எடுத்தாலே எல்லாரும் அழ ஆரம்பிச்சுடுவா. அந்த மாதிரி I chose pieces and I would place them right in the middle of the concert because I wanted to reach out. அப்புறம் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் மை ஃபேவரட் கம்போசர் இருக்கா பாபநாசம் சிவன் சார், இப்ப பாடினேன், ஊத்துக்காடு வெங்கட சுப்பையர் வந்து 63 நாயன்மார்கள் பத்தி ஒரு கிருதி போட்டிருக்காரு, ஆளாவதே நாளோன்னு. அது 63 நாயன்மார்களையும் பட்டியல் எடுத்திருக்காரு. அந்த மாதிரி பீசஸ், நீ இறங்காயனில் பை பாபநாசம் சிவன், தாமதமேன் சுவாமி பை பாபநாசம் சிவன், காண வேண்டாமோ சபாபதிக்கு தந்தை தாய் இருந்தால் உலகத்தில் உமக்கு இந்த தாழ்வெல்லாம் வருமோ ஐயா, அது அந்த அதே ஸ்ட்ரீம்ல தான் உங்களுக்கு வந்து தில்லானா மாடு மேய்க்கும், அது எல்லாமே அதே வழியில நான் வந்து பாட ஆரம்பிச்ச பாட்டுகள் தான். And each one of them sort of, by the grace of Sri Krishna, it just reached out to people. And பெரியவா பண்ணி வச்சுட்டு போயிருக்கா, நம்ம ஜஸ்ட் எடுத்து கொடுக்கறோம் அவ்வளவுதான். So அந்த strainல today I would like to sing right now Abang. You know that Abang வந்து நான் பாட ஆரம்பிச்சதுல இருந்து ரசிகா பெருமக்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப என்ன வந்து அந்த அபங் பாடாம ஒரு கச்சேரியை முடிக்க விடுறது இல்லை, அந்த அளவுக்கு அந்த அபங்கத்து மேல எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு ஆசை. So I would like to sing an abhanga, and அந்த அபங்கத்துக்கு நடுவுல I'm going to also sing a snatch of ஆழ்வார் பாசுரம். எதுக்கு நான் இதை பாடுறேன் அப்படின்னா, இவர் துக்காராம் சந்த் துக்காராம் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காரோ, சாவளே சுந்தர ரூப மனோகரங்கிறார். அங்க அவர் வந்து பச்சைமா மலை போல் மேனி பவளவாய் கமல செங்கன், சாவளே சுந்தர பச்சைமா மலை போல் பவளவாய் கமல செங்கன் ரூப மனோகரன். இங்க வந்து இச்சுவை தவிர நான் யான் போய் இந்திர லோகம் எல்லாம் அச்சுவை பெறினும் வேண்டேன் அரங்கமா நகருளானே அப்படிங்கிறார். எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் வேண்டாம், இங்கேதான் வரணும் திருப்பி திருப்பி எனக்கு. அங்க துக்காராம் சொல்றார், ஜன்மோ ஜன்மி ऐसे மாகித்தலே துஸ அமாசி ஸ்நான ஜாவே ஆத்தா, எனக்கு ஜன்மமா எனக்கு முக்தி எல்லாம் கொடுக்காத, நான் திருப்பி இங்க வரணும். விட்டலா உன்னை பார்க்கணும், உன்னை கட்டிக்கணும், உன்னை ஆலிங்கனம் பண்ணணும், உனக்கு பாடணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றேன். ஸோ அதனால இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஒரு மாதிரி இது பண்ணி எவ்வளவு முடியுமோ நான் ஐ வில் பிரசன்ட் இட். சாவளி சுந்தர ரூப மனோகர, சாவளி சுந்தர ரூப மனோகர, சாவளி சுந்தர ரூப மனோகர, சாவளி சுந்தர. राहो निरंतर हृदये माझे, सावले सुंदर. आणिक काही इच्छा नाही टाळे, आणिक काही इच्छा नाही ठाडे, तुझं नाम गोड पांडुरंगा, तुझं नाम गोड पांडुरंगा. पांडुरंगा केशवा माधवा नारायणा विठला, पांडुरंगा रंगा रंगा रंगा. பச்சை மாமலை போல் மேனி, பவளவாய் கமலச் செங்கண், அச்சுதா அமரர் ஏரே ஆயர்தம் கொழுந்தேயனும், இச்சுவை தவிர யான் போய் இந்திரலோகம் அச்சுவை பெரினும் வேண்டேன், இச்சுவை தவிர அச்சுவை பெரினும் வேண்டேன். அரங்கமானகருளானே அரங்கமானகருளானே, ரங்கா ரங்கா பாண்டுரங்கா, விட்டல 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 விட்டலா விட்டலா.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know you brought us from North India to the central part of India in like just a few minutes. Just that was a wonderful, wonderful abang. And you know, we have many non-Tamil speaking subscribers to Indian Fine Arts. So I think this journey that you're taking us through all these different languages, I think is greatly appreciated, and your explanations in English. So thank you so much for it. So talking about, singing in different languages, Arunaji, I know to sing in just a few languages. And one of the things that is very difficult is not just the correct pronunciation of the words in the different languages, but also the accent, right? I mean, how we say it also matters. I know if it has to sound like Malayalam or Kannada or whatever, right? And you have mastered compositions in so many different languages. So when you go about learning a new song, how do you actually pay attention to the words? And I think that would be very useful for some of our, especially, budding musicians to hear about. If you can please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the beauty is எல்லாருக்குமே அவளோட மாத்திரு பாஷையில ஏதாவது பாடினாலோ பேசினாலோ அவளை அறியாத ஒரு புலகாகியம். They feel very very happy about it. So என்ன what is to the advantage of singers நம்மளுக்குன்னா, நம்ம பாதி கரெக்டா பாடினா போறோம், பாதி அவ நம்மள மன்னிச்சு ஐயோ இப்படி பாடுறாளே நம்ம பாஷையில பாடுறாளேன்னு ஏத்துன்னு விடுறா. அது ஒரு பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜ் இருக்கு நம்மளுக்கு. So I don't claim to be singing it exactly the way it should be, but they know that my earnestness is there, my effort is there. So they also appreciate that apart. Every time there is a new song, I first try to contact a person who speaks that language, who lives and breathes that language. And in the part ava kaila kudutho avala ada solla solli in prose order, adu poetry madri solla solli I record it, and I try to get a sense, and I also ask them to speak in that language. Then I ask them for the synoptic meaning, the detailed meaning, the implied meaning, everything of that song, the life of the composer, why he composed it, adella idu panni, then the inflections and the little, adu ipo namukku we have facilities to record, so it's easy to learn those songs, the phonetic way of approaching hrisva and dirgha. எந்த இடத்துல தீர்க்கமா கொடுக்கணும், இப்ப நம்ம சில இடத்துல தீர்க்கமா கொடுப்போம், அவளுக்கு அது தீர்க்கமா அந்த இடத்துல கொடுத்தா தப்பா தெரியும். ஸோ அது அவளோட ரூல்ஸ் எப்படி, அட்லீஸ்ட் அந்த சாங்கை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் என்ன ஹேபிட்ஸ், அந்த மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் நம்ம ஹோம்ஒர்க் பண்ணினா ஈஸியா இட்ஸ் you can easily இது பண்ணலாம் நம்ம. So that is the way one goes about it. And
so today I like in everything, I think it's
something unusual. சொல்லுங்க கேக்கல.
No, like in everything in life, just to summarize what you said, it is the attention to detail, it is the hard work, it is the interest and the passion we take, right? For example, going and learning about the composer, and add so much meaning to a lot of compositions.
Sure.
Okay, we're waiting for the next region, Arunaji, please.
Yeah, so I thought I would sing a song in Oriya.
Okay, awesome.
So how this happened is I was invited, Puri Jagannath temple, the Kartiki Paurnima in November is very, very special. Appo adula I was invited to perform, and anga poi paatha I was in tears because the outside the temple courtyard the stage was erected at a height of more than 25-30 feet. It seemed to me like more than 25 feet. அங்க ஒரு ஸ்டேஜ் போட்டு அங்க ஏற சொன்னா பாட சொன்னா, and the sea of humanity, lakhs of people were there from all over Orissa, the poorest of people, the humblest of people, the simplest of people were there. And Jagannath அப்படின்னா அந்த பூரி ஜெகநாத்தோட அந்த அவருக்கு ஒரு பக்தி அவளோட மனசுல இருந்தது பாருங்க, அதை I just can't even express what I felt. And at that time I approached a scholar and I learned the song and I sang this piece. I'm going to preface it with a little shloka just to put it in context. महाम्बोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलशिखुर्चिखरे महाम्बोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलशिखरे वसन् प्रासादान्तः सहज बलभद्रेण बलिनाम्ना सुभद्रा मध्यस्थः सकलसुर सेव अवसरदो जगन्नाथ स्वामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे Tokama chalo jiba Tokana yono dekiba Tokama chalo jiba Chokhana yono dekiba Shankona bi mandalare beninetro pokholiba chokhomono chalo jiba batore bato mongola beninetro poliba panchomono ecomela norendre snano koriba thokomono chalo jiba இத கம்போஸ் பண்ணினவர் வந்து பிகா அப்படின்னு பேர் அவருக்கு அவரோட முத்திரை வருது गोरुडो पाचोरे देखो दिसुची कालो श्रीमुखो कोई सारिया बीको बलराम को कोरिबा कोकमोनो so ida the Oriya song that I wanted to sing for you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So can we go to Karnataka? We have a lot of Kannada listeners.
Oh,
And
sure.
also one other request, Arunaji. I think if you can explain in English for the most part, I think there are a lot
I'm
of
so
non-Tamil listeners. No problem. But you also beautifully translated, most of it. So if you can please present, go to Karnataka for us.
Okay.
We want to go to Karnataka with you.
Sure. Yes, as far as Karnataka goes, we know that Purandara Dasa Swami is known as the Pitamaha of Karnataka Sangeetam, and his life and his work and his compositions and his teachings are unbelievably, they have left an indelible mark in the way we have developed as a people, as people who think and function in a certain way. His contribution has been amazingly beautiful. I'm going to sing a piece, Ragi Tandira, Bhikshake Ragi Tandira. Now here, the beauty of this is that the Kannada speaking people would know. Here, he first opening line, Ragi, he means Bhiksha. That is, he's asking for the ragi grain, because as a mendicant, he would go around and he would take bhiksha and it is food basically. But then the way beautifully he puns on the word ragi, then he says, Yogyaragi, Bhogyaragi, Bhagyavantaragi, Neevu Ragi Tandira. And Annadanava Maduvaragi, Anna Chatrava Nituvaragi, Anya Vartaya Bittavaragi, Anudina Bhajanaya Maduvaragi, Ragi Tandira. So every verse, he uses the word ragi in a different context, in a different meaning, as a different suffix. It's absolutely brilliant, but at the same time, so evocative. Ragi Tandira Dikshake Ragi Tandira Ragi Tandira Dikshake Ragi Tandira Yogyaragi Bhogyaragi Bhagyavanta Ragi Neevu Ragi Tandira Dikshake Ragi Tandira Annadanava Maduvaragi Anna Chatrava Nitavaragi Anyavartaya Bittavaragi Anudina Bhajanaya Maduvaragi Ragi Tandira Mata Pitrugala Seviparagi Papa Karyava Bittabaragi Jatiyalli Migiladavarai Nirti Margadalli Khyatavaragi Ragi Tandira Shri Ramanana Sada Smarisuvaragi Gurutige Bahorantavaragi Kare Kare Samsarava Niguvaragi Purandara Vithalana Sevi Paragi Ragi Tandira Dikshake Ragi Tandira Ragi Tandira.
Beautiful, beautiful. And one doesn't have to really understand the language to understand the plain words, right? I mean, beautiful. Just
Absolutely.
unbelievably beautiful, beautiful
Great people.
there.
Great people.
So, there are many budding youngsters who are on this Zoom call. And, we certainly see a revival, in classical music. Thanks to, people like Shri, V.V. Sundaram, even in North America as well as in India, we see so many youngsters who have taken this so seriously, and they're trying to, make their path through becoming a full-time musician. But I think you will also agree that taking up music as a career has become a hugely complex thing, right? I mean, there are so many different skills that are needed. There's a lot of, lot of talent. Hopefully there'll be a lot of demand as well. So if you could please spend a minute on some valuable advice for budding, musicians, and then we can move to our next region, which I believe is Gujarat, and then followed by Andhra, please.
Sure. Actually, today when I see young musicians, I am absolutely so happy about the future of Carnatic music, because I think that the passion, the focus, the professionalism that they bring to bear in the pursuit of this music is leaves me absolutely, stunned. And so many people have uprooted themselves from where they are. So many people from youngsters from North America and other places have shifted to Chennai, and they've chosen to make this their life. Vocation and avocation and so on. So, and as you say, the credit goes to all the great people who have promoted, Carnatic music, as you rightly pointed out. So, B.B. Sundaram ji, all of you at San Diego and following in those footsteps, that is the reason. So, there's pretty much nothing that I would like to tell youngsters, except that, I wanted to say that if passion and the joy of making music are the primary reasons why we make music, I think everything else will fall in place sooner or later. And that it can always be later. I'm a classical example of that. So one can rest assured that it will definitely happen. But we should always just keep that passion and that devotion and focus going. So
Yeah, that is wonderful advice.
thank you.
So the magic carpet is going to Gujarat now, correct?
Absolutely. We're going to land in Gujarat now. This is like a song by a typical kind of a mendicant type of a person who's walking along the riverside, walking from river to river bed. And, generally sort of the Bairagi type of people, how they have the Ektara and that kind of song. And anyway, we know that Gujarat has a very strong folk tradition.
Yes.
Ram Madhi re Mari, Ram Madhi, Ram Madhi re Mari, Ram Madhi, Ganga nikathe Mari, Ram Madhi, Jamuna nikathe Mari, Ram Madhi. Ram Madhi re Mari, Ram Madhi, Ganga nikathe Mari, Ram Madhi, Jamuna nikathe Mari, Ram Madhi. Oh Ram Madhi, oh Ram Madhi. रण जने मंजीरा बाजे तंबूरा रण जने मंजीरा बाजे तंबूरा गूंजे रस गूंजे स्वरो मधुरा दूर दूर एक वळगी पड़ी रे गंगा ने काठे मारी राम माड़ी जमुना ने काठे मारी राम माड़ी रस भर हैया ने डोले नैया रस भर हैया ने डोले नैया पियू पियू बोले प्राण पपैया रस भर हैया ने डोले नैया हे रस भर हैया ने डोल नैया बोले पियू पियू बोले प्राण पपैया संतोनी एक वर संत पड़ी रे गंगा ने काठे मारी राम मड़ी जमुना ने काठे मारी राम मड़ी ओ राम मड़ी ओ राम मड़ी.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. So beautiful. So beautiful. And you know, Telugu language plays such a major role in Carnatic music. I think we'll be remiss if we don't travel to Andhra. So please.
I mean, Telugu is the all the composers composed profusely in Telugu. It's such a liquid and such a fluid language and so beautiful. Adila, I'm going to sing Bhadrachala Ramadasa because our one he's as we all know, Tyagaraja as an infant was his mother used to sing Bhadrachala Ramadasa's compositions to him, and
Yes.
that is the first inspiration for Tyagaraja Swami. So let's look at Bhadrachala Ramadasa. Just a minute. O Ramani Namam Yemi Ruchi O Ramani Namam Yemi Ruchi Ra O Ramani Namam Yemi Ruchi Ra Shri Ramani Namam ఎంత రుచిరా ఓ రామ నీ నామం ఏమి రుచి ఎంత రుచిరా రామ ఏమి రుచిరా రామ ఎంత రుచిరా రామ ఏమి రుచిరా రామ ఓ రామ నీ నామం ఏమి రుచిరా ఓ రామ నీ నామం ఏమి రుచిరా మధుర సముల కంఠే దధికృత మూల కంఠే అధిరసమగో నామం ఏమి రుచి మధుర సముల కంఠే దధికృత మూల కంఠే అధిరసమగో నామం ఏమి రుచి ద్రాక్షరసము కన్న ఇక్షురసము కన్న పక్షి వాహన నామం ఏమి రుచిరా ఓ రామని నామం ఏమి రుచి ತುಂಬುರು ನಾರದರು ಡಂಬು ಮೀರಗ పానము చేసి నామం ఏమి రుచి రామ భద్రాచల ధామ రమదాసుని ప్రేమ నెలిన నామం ఏమి రుచిరా ఓ రామని నామం ఏమి రుచిరా రామ రామ రామ
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Beautiful. You know, after listening to Sri Madhura Somu, I think we can really feel the sweetness of Ramanamam, you know, when we listen to you sing this song. I mean, what a beautiful Kriti.
Absolutely. Somuji, Madhura Somu, he was such a great artist.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for singing that. So, you know, you have come and sung for us, you know, quite a few times. And I would like to believe that you have a very special connection with the San Diego audiences, right? I mean, I've seen how thrilled they are, you know, sitting and listening to you. So, as a very special thing for San Diego audiences, I would like to request you to talk about some interesting incident or experience that you have had that you have not shared with, you know, anybody else before. You know, we would like to continue to feel special. Arunaji, if you can please share with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure again, as I said, to be with the Rasikas of San Diego. Yeah, one particular incident has always stayed with me, and I'd like to share that. This was many years ago. I was performing at Théâtre de la Ville in France, in Paris. And in the early years, when I had opportunities to sing in Europe and to face a completely non-Indian audience, there used to be some 2,500, 300, 3,000 people, but hardly any Indians there. It would be just Europeans and other people, you know. So it was a lack of understanding, I would say, on my part to really know how to construct a concert that may reach to them as well as do justice to my genre and my wherever I'm coming from. And once I was supposed to sing Mohanam Ragam Tanam Pallavi, but somehow before going on the stage, on a flip of a second, I felt I should sing a Todi. So I went and sang a Todi Ragam Tanam Pallavi. And the concert ended, and it was a good concert by God's grace. Then backstage, you know, they always have a CD signing session in the lobby where people can come and meet the artist. And one particular listener came to me. I even remember his name. His name was Jean-Paul Aubu, a Frenchman, a musician, a great musician himself, and which I came to know later. He said, you know, I just want to say something to you, that when you sing something like a Todi, which is a raga that has aged and aged and pickled, and it has got so many layers of inputs through generations on it. What we hear as a non-Indian people, we don't know anything about this, but we can hear not you, but your ancestors through you. That's what we hear.
Wow.
Remember, every time you sing, I just want you to know that your ancestors are singing through you. So I was completely aghast by that comment that he made, and I realized what a responsibility it is. At the same time, it's easy because if you surrender to your gurus and to your ancestors, they will take over. It's also easy. You just have to do what they did, what they taught you in your own way, and the rest is taken care of. So this mantra has stayed with me always through the ensuing years. And this is an incident I thought I should.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that is the highest tribute that one can give to any musician, and you're completely worthy of that tribute. You know, you can certainly see the sort of the age, you know, in your singing and the feeling. So wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now we are off to beautiful green Kerala, right? We're going to have a Kerala song now. Yes.
I mean, I just am so, you know, happy to share these songs, because normally in concerts, in Carnatic concerts, I don't sing these songs ever. I might pick up maybe an abhang now that it has become almost mandatory. I might pick up one of these depending on the location or the occasion. But Iniki, today I'm getting a chance to sing all these songs which I haven't sung in a long time. So this is a great pleasure for me too.
And it's a real treat for us. Yeah.
I'm going to sing an excerpt from Narayaniyam, followed by a short excerpt from a song in Malayalam.
Wonderful. Yeah.
अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतर कलायावली लोभनीयम् पीयूषा प्लावितोऽहम् तदनु तदुदरे दिव्य कैशोर कैशोरवेशम् दिव्य कैशोरवेशम् तारुण्यारम्भरम्यम् परमसुखरसा परमसुखरसा स्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गै आवितं नारदाद्यै विलसत् उपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलैश्च अग्रे पश्यामि दिव्यकैशोरवेशम् कृष्णा गुरुवायूरप्पा ஒரு நேரம் எங்கிலும் காணாதே வையந்தே குருவாயூரப்பானின் திவ்ய ரூபம் ஒரு மாத்திரம் எங்கிலும் கேளாதே வையண்டே முரளி பொழிக்குன்ன கானாலாபம் முரளி பொழிக்குன்ன கானாலாபம் ஹரிநாம கீர்த்தனம் உணரும் புனரியில் திருவாகச் சார்த்து ஞான் ஓர்த்து போகும் ஒரு பிணி எங்காலும் வீணத்தே திருமுடி கண் முன்னில் நின்னிமாயும் கிருஷ்ணா திருமுடி கண் முன்னில் நின்னிமாயும் ஒரு நேரம் ஒரு நேரம் ஒரு நேரம் எங்கிலும் ஒரு நேரம் எங்கிலும் காணாதே வையந்தே குருவாயூரப்பா கிருஷ்ணா குருவாயூரப்பா.
Thank you so much. All the comments are just wonderful. I think you're transporting the entire set of listeners here to a different world, altogether. That was just a beautiful Dvijavandi. I have not heard that song before. Just so touching, so touching. As a vocalist myself, I know the amount of energy that is needed to deliver the songs the way you do, right? The sound come from the depth of your inner being. It is not something that is just, the sound is not coming from your mouth or your chest. It comes from your nabi. And I know that it requires a lot of energy. So I want to ask you, kind of, what is the secret to your energy? And I thought after answering that question, we could go to perhaps the most energetic region of India, Punjab. and you could take us there, as if you can talk a little bit about your energy, the secret to your energy.
Well, actually, it's not a secret. Everybody knows it, but the thing is, uh, it's very simple. It is the breath. It is the breath. Breath is the foundation for sound, and as long as we are working on breathing, taking guidance and practicing every day the breath, that fuels the sound. That is the real fire that gives the sound its existence. It's the prana of the sound. So that is the only thing. It's just breath, nothing else.
You made it, you made it seem so simple, Arunaji. So please, let's hear the song in Gurbani. We are waiting.
Yeah. Just give me a minute. I want to get the words right.
Please take your time. Your previous song is still ringing in our ears.
Yes. This is a composition of Guru Nanak Sahib, and it's also very auspicious because this is the 550th year of Guru Nanak. And as you know, all over the world, our brothers from the Sikh community and everybody else, we are celebrating the 550th year of Guru Nanak. This is Thakur Tum Saranai Aya, a composition that I actually learned this from my dear friend Shankar Mahadevan. When he and I performed together, we both performed this song together, Gurbani. ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया, ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया, उतर गयो मेरे मन का संसार, उतर गयो मेरे मन का संसार, जब ते दर्शन पायो, ठाकुर तुम शरणा आया। अनबोलत मेरी बिरथा जानी, अनबोलत मेरी बिरथा जानी, अपना नाम जपाया, अपना नाम जपाया, ठाकुर तुम शरणा आया। रे मा 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 रे सा रे मा पा नी मा पा, रे मा पा नी 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 सा ने पा, मा पा नी 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 सा नी नी सा नी नी सा नी नी सा पा नी 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 पा मा रे, रे पा मा पा री सा नी 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 पा मा 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 रे रे सा रे मा पा नी सा, दुख नाटे सुख सहज समाए, अनद अनद गुण गाया, सागुरु तुम शरणाई, ठाकुर तुम शरणाई कहो नानक गुरु बंदन काठे बिछरत आन मिलाया बिछरत आन मिलाया ठाकुर तुम ठाकुर तुम ठाकुर तुम शरणाई आया.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, I think the COVID times have certainly, brought a lot of misery to a lot of people, but I think there have been many blessings as well. I think this evening we are truly blessed to have you in our living rooms. This is so surreal. This is so beautiful. I would like to request you to sing something for, universal healing, a universal prayer, please.
Yeah, I think in the spirit of, the fact that today we are in a situation where all over the world we are sharing, it's a shared experience,
Yeah.
what we are going through. So I would like to sing something for you that shows the eternal quest of the human spirit always is the same wherever we come from. It's we are all searching for the same thing. We want, all of us want to innately be joyous, peaceful, loving, giving, sharing. That's the only quest that we have, if we really understand how we have been made and to come here and live on this earth. So there is this piece, Shabda Brahmamayi Characharamayi Jyotirmayi Mam Pahi Meenambike, this Sanskrit shloka of Adi Shankara. This is on Mam Pahi Meenambike. And it's interesting that when I was performing with my colleague from France, Dominique Vela, who is a great pioneer in Gregorian chant and medieval chant of Europe, he came up with a piece as we were preparing this program, with a piece which is an ode in Italian to the Virgin Mother Goddess. So I thought I would sing that to bring in a spirit of universal love and oneness. Shabda Brahma Mayi Characharamayi Jyotirmayi Vangmayi Nityanandamayi Niranjanamayi Niranjanamayi Tatvam Mayi Chinmayi Tatva Tatvatitamayi Parat Paramayi Mayamayi Shri Mayi Sarvaishwaryamayi Sada Shiva Sada Shivamayi Amma pahi, mam pahi, mam pahi, Meenambike, Meenambike. Ave Virgine gaudente, Madre del Omnipotente, lo Señor permara velia de te fece madre filia rosa bianche vermelia sovro gli altro fiori aulente, madre dell'Onnipotente, Shabda Brahmamai, Chara Charamai, Ave Virgine gaudente, mam pahi, Meenambike, Madre del Omnipotente, Meenambike, Ambike.
Beautiful, beautiful. We just feel like, standing up and taking a bow to all the mothers in the world, including you. Thank you so much for bringing this to us.
Janani, she is
And
the Janani.
yeah.
Yes.
So I think no travel through India will be complete without going to West Bengal. I mean, it is such a special state, in terms of the beautiful poetry, the music. It's such a wonderful, wonderful region that has brought so much richness, to our music. So if you can, please take us to West Bengal. And just a quick question for you, Arunaji. I think we have lost track of time a little bit here. I think we are almost at 9 o'clock. Is it okay if we go a little bit over, because there are a lot of comments and there may be questions too? You can go over.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so let's go to Bengal now.
Yeah. I would like to sing a piece which absolutely relates to our program today. And it's a beautiful song in Bengali. When you hear it, you'll recognize it. Because I think when we say Janani, Janma, Bhoomi, I can't help thinking that, we're all so lucky to have been born in this beautiful country and to have this culture and to have this music and this bhakti and this spirituality. I think we're all singularly fortunate. ধন্য ধন্যে পুষ্পে বড় অমরদের বসুন্ধরা তোহর মাঝে আছে দেশে সকল দেশে সেরা অশেষ প্রদিয়ে দলি শেষে স্মৃতি দিয়ে সেরা এমন দেশটি কোথাও কুঞ্জে পাবে না কো তুমি অশেষ সকল দেশের রানী সে যে অমর জন্মভূমি সে যে আমার জন্মভূমি পুষ্পে পুষ্পে ভরা শাখে কুঞ্জে কুঞ্জে গাহে পাখে গুঞ্জরিয়া সে অলেখ পুঞ্জে পুঞ্জে ধায়ে तेरा फूले रोपे छोने लिए फूले मुझे खाए এমন দেশটি কোথাও কুঞ্জে পাবে না কো তুমি ও সে সকল দেশের রানী সে যে আমার জন্মভূমি সে যে আমার জন্মভূমি সে যে আমার জন্মভূমি সে যে আমার জন্মভূমি
Thank you. Thank you so much. And there are wonderful, wonderful comments. I think once again, you touched the hearts of so many of the listeners. And, I will make sure that, we compile all of this and send it to you, because I think the audience is just totally thrilled. Some of the comments are so overwhelmed to hear this great song, beautiful Guru Ayyappan song, beautiful pieces in different languages, very interesting program, and so on and so forth. Just amazing, beautiful, and so on. So just one question that I would like to ask you very quickly, and then maybe Shri V.V. Sundaram and Sri Shekhar can make a few comments and we can wrap up. So in your opinion, kind of, bringing all of us down to earth from heaven, if you will, right? This is a very practical question, right? In your opinion, what do you think is the future of live Carnatic music concert, post-COVID? Because, when we do interactions like this, I think it's very special. It makes it very personal. But I would love to go to concerts as well. So where do you think we're going? Just what is your prediction?
I am absolutely not qualified to predict or comment on anything, because all this, I think, is an orchestration of nature. And why this has been orchestrated by nature like this, we don't know. But I do know from all that we've heard from our elders that it's all a cycle. So this cycle, this will also, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, and we are going to go back in due course of time. How long that will be, we don't know. But I think this sooner than later, we will go to a time when live concerts will happen, and we will all see and feel and hear the vibration, the live vibration of the artists as well as the rasikas. Their vibration is also so, it's a part of the concert experience.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. That was a question from Usha Ramaswamy, by the way. I would like to invite Shri V.V. Sundaram to make a comment. I think, he has been attending this entire program. Please, Shri Sundaram. And then I'll hand it over to Shri Shekhar. If you think we have a few more minutes, we can request comments from Shri Venkatachalam as well. Please, Shri Sundaram, can you unmute your...
Yeah, Namaskarams. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Before I say a few words about this absolutely brilliant, outstanding program, I want to compliment you, Revati, on your wonderful, wonderful moderation that you did today for this program. And I know that you are a very senior executive in the business world, but if you ever choose to go to another profession, I think the television industry will be waiting for you, and probably will give you a good run for their money. Okay.
Thank you so much. It is the music that inspired me, really. So all credit goes to Aruna ji here. I was just such a moving music in so many languages. I mean, she's a treasure trove of I was just thinking about all the work she has put into it, right? Just mind-boggling. So I don't get any credit. It is the music that inspired me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. And I want to thank Shekharji as well as Venkatachalam and others for inviting me for this program. And Arunaji today sang this Agre Pashyami. That sloka was written when the Lord manifested himself. And the sloka was written at that time, Guruvayurappan. In a similar way today, Arunaji manifested for us the entire divinity of music that pervades the subcontinent. There's no question about it. And the way in which she did it not only brought out the intrinsic beauty of the music, but it touched each and every one of us in the most intimate manner. So I want to say, this is one of the greatest programs that I have attended. She very simply said that, you asked her, what gave her this kind of a command over it? And she said that ultimately it is breath control. No, it's something far beyond that one. There is a dedication. There is a constant search for the truth in music. And there is this heartbreaking moments thinking about, am I reaching out to the people or not? But having enough faith in yourself, saying that, yes, I am doing the right thing. And there are two fundamental things that I always say that drove Arunaji to this level of perfection and this high level of attainment. One is an intellectual rigor, and the other one is an intellectual integrity. The intellectual rigor is because as much as you look at Arunaji's music and think that it is Bhava oriented, it is emotion laden. There is a very strong intellectual understructure to that one. The intellectual rigor came from not only learning from some of the greatest stalwarts of Carnatic music, but as she said, the pursuit of music in its most beautiful form, wherever they were. That intellectual rigor is one of the foundation of her music. The intellectual honesty is that having listened to that music, having imbibed all those music, the honesty is to say that this is what I want to give it to you, no matter what others say. I have a commitment to myself, to the art form, and to the Rasikas. And these two things are the underpinnings of this great artist who are with us today. She mentioned about her experience in France. I want to amplify one more. And I have listened to that in tapes. And she would ask the audience saying that, I'm going to sing a particular ragam. And she will say, I'll tell you, I want to ask you what emotion that creates in you. And then I'll tell you what emotion it is meant to be. And she will invariably move the audience to exactly the rasa that the composers and the ancient her gurus intended that raga or that kirtana to be meant to be. And that was a remarkable achievement if you look into that one. To take a bunch of foreign people who had never been exposed to our art form and then sing it to them and create the same emotion that the Vagayakara had intended that. That's one of her greatest achievements, I would say. And that is, again, speaks volumes about her musical virtuosity. And she won't tell you, but I will tell you about one incident. She was coming to Cleveland from Paris. And she was coming for the first time. She lost her passport while she was in Paris. She lost her ticket along with that one. But she had a commitment to perform in Cleveland. I don't know what she did. She somehow got a new passport. She bought a ticket at her own expense. She didn't come and tell us anything about it. She came to Cleveland and performed, accepted the meager amount we gave it to us, didn't say that I spent so much of money in buying a new ticket or anything. Okay? And she gave a scintillating performance and just quietly went. I came to know about it much later. Why I bring it up is that it's not only a dedication, a commitment to the art form, it's also a commitment she makes to her Rasikas that she keeps. And that's the reason why she is at the pinnacle of her career today. It's a rare experience for all of us. It's a rare Samath, you have to mute yourself.
Muted, yeah, he's muted.
Okay, all right. So it's a phenomenal experience today to hear a glimpse of the genius that is Aruna Sairamji. And it's really a glimpse of it. And there is so much she has to offer. And we are all very lucky that we are all living at a time when she is in a position to give all of that to us. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It's a great thing that you people have put together. I'm looking forward to all the future things that you will be presenting. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And absolutely, right? I mean, the sincerity of purpose really shines through the music, right? It takes you to a different plane. So beautifully articulated. Thank you so much, Shri Sundaram. You know, I don't think any concert or any event in San Diego is complete without some comments from Shri Venkatachalam. He is the Rasika Shiromani of San Diego. I know we are going a little over time, but I would like to request him to please make a few comments, and then we'll close with Shekhar.
Namaskaram. Can you hear me? Okay.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Arunaji. It's wonderful to see you. And in this online experience, it looks like you are looking only at me. Kind of a feeling that we get. Today is Ganesha Chaturthi. It will be a mistake if I don't acknowledge hearing your Sri Vigna Rajam Bhaje. It's just absolutely made a mark. In fact, we have a special plan that we write down with all Arunaji's Sangatis in them. Okay. And we have not made any changes in them. So as a Ganesha Chaturthi, I should tell you. Revati ji mentioned about your energy, and Sri Sundaram sir mentioned about your sadhana. I want to ask you a very, very simple, down-to-earth thing. Did you have this voice when you were really young? And how did you, if not, how did you develop this voice? The reason why I'm asking is, when I look at all the youngsters who sing, one of the things that they get caught up is this voice culture. In fact, I find most of the female have barely 1¼ octave. I ask them, can you sing the lower Panchamam or go below that, or upper Sajjam or maybe Madhyamam at least from lower Panchamam? You see that when they go down, it really goes away. One of the things that is startling is about your voice. Did you do anything special as you grew from age 7 to 20? That's what I would like to ask you.
Thank you, Ji, Venkatachalam Ji. This is a very deep question that you have asked me. And yes, I have worked on the voice training, because as I was approaching adolescence, let us say around the age of 11, 12, up till then I used to sing every day, morning Akara Sadhakam and Varnams and Kritis, and I didn't seem to have a problem. But by the time I came to the age of 12 or 13, I started facing difficulties in negotiating my voice. But luckily, I think because of my own instinct, but I must also say my parents got aware of that problem. And then we started thinking about it, and it's a long journey that I went through, searching for the right mentor to help me. And there was not one, there were quite a few. And little by little, step by step, I learned, the training processes. How does one develop the number one, depth, number 2, range, number 3, sustainability, number 4, evocativeness, number 5, pitch, perfection, and also the free flow of the voice, because the voice should become an easy and ready instrument to express your emotions and the music that is within you. So all these things, my great mentors, gurus, taught me. Among them were Vaman Rao Sadolikar, also a great music voice master from Germany called Eugene Rabin, a very small snatch of hints and tips I got from Balamurli sir. So many Vidwans gave me little bit gyan here and there, and I had to piece it together myself. But by God's grace, it all came through.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. So I think we can go on for another hour or two. This is such an interesting conversation. Unfortunately, the program has to come to an end, I suppose. And I will hand it over to Shri Shekhar, who's the President and Secretary of Indian Finance, to please say thanks and wrap up. Please, Shekhar, take it away.
Yeah. Namaskaram. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
I can hear you very well.
Yeah. I agree with Sri Sundaram sir, Dr. Venkatachalam, and Revati ji that this was a phenomenal event. In fact, we had the unique opportunity to listen to and travel through the entire India on the magic carpet of music titled Janani, Janma, Bhoomi. What a fantastic event you had orchestrated, Aruna ji, and truly traveled through the entire India for offering us so much of joy during this trying period. And I think I should honestly also thank Shri Sairam sir, who's also equally responsible for bringing you here and bringing you to the musical world as well. And a very, very special thanks from Indian Financials, Dr. Sairam sir. Both are indeed a friend of the Academy. So we are hoping and praying that your event will happen in San Diego very, very soon in a big way in the process. I think a friend of mine who just texted me from Delhi indicating that your music indeed transcends across cultures and regions and globally. Hence you are indeed a global musician, which is very, very true. And again, we never thought that we could listen to such a wonderful musician like yourself and sitting in our living room, and you made it possible. On behalf of all our board members and the Rasikas assembled today, we want to thank you for taking the time and making this event possible. So please do come back very soon to San Diego. Once again, thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
I would like to thank all the viewers for the wonderful comments here and for staying throughout. I know that Zoom call is a little dicey in terms of muting, unmuting, and so on. I think it went off great because of the cooperation from all of you. Thank you so much. I would like to finish by reading this. I think it summarizes it very well. It's from Srimati Aruna Arakali, another Aruna ji. Yes, Aruna Sairam took us on a magical carpet. She has shown that music is divine. Her versatility is superb. The universal healing song is a Narayana Vaidyo Aushadam for all of us. Thank you for this opportunity. And, you gave us music therapy and so on. You certainly gave us music therapy, much needed therapy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you to all of you, and namaskaram.
Thank you.